The passengers in this twin-engine Cessna are about to die. Cause of death? Not what you think. If we back up to the beginning of this story, it's certainly not how these three friends thought their day or lives would end. Richard Paxton and his two pals had been exploring the reefs by Cabo San Lucas for the last 3 days. They decided to squeeze in one last dive before heading home. After an hour at 45 feet, the divers made their way back to the surface, making sure to come up slowly enough to safely release nitrogen gas stored up in their bloodstreams. Decompression sickness, commonly referred to as the bends, poses a serious threat to anyone who scuba dives. Catalina Island houses the largest hyperbaric chamber in Southern California. Hyperbaric comes from the word hyper, meaning above normal, and baric, meaning of pressure. If a diver is suffering from the bends, he's brought here for treatment.
What decompression sickness is, it's normally called the bends. As you go down underwater, breathing air off a scuba cylinder, the air in the tank has about 80% nitrogen. And so the deeper we go and the longer we stay underwater, the more of this nitrogen gets dissolved in the body. As we come up, if the gas isn't released slow enough, that gas could then come out of solution in the form of bubbles. What will happen is you'll have bubbles that could form around the joints and cause pain in the joints. You could have bubbles impinging upon nerves, leading up sometimes to full paralysis.
Richard was eager to get back into his new toy, a present he gave himself for getting his certification to fly a twin-engine aircraft. In his excitement, he forgot one of the cardinal rules of diving. Never dive and fly the same day. As soon as the unpressurized plane climbed out and reached its cruising altitude of 12,000 feet, Richard and his friends began to feel the first symptoms of DCS.
The higher the altitude, the higher the probability of developing decompression sickness. Probably the worst scenario would be something called a vestibular hit, where bubbles form in the balance mechanism of the ear, and you end up with just severe nausea, severe vertigo or dizziness. It's a really bad idea to fly following a dive, yeah.
With Richard at the controls of the plane, but losing control of his mind and body, it was the all-time worst-case scenario. The three men incapacitated by the bends could only watch in horror as their plane augured straight into a mountainside.